solve x to the 2/3 power equals 1/2. Okay, we want to get x by itself, so we're going to have to do something to x to the 2/3 in order to get just x. And whatever we do, we're going to do it to the other side too. So just think about it. What do you need to do to get that to be x to the first? Well, remember when you multiply a power by a power, you have to add the, when you raise an exponent to a power, then you raise it to another power, you have to multiply the exponents together. So what number can I multiply 2/3 by in order to get 1? The reciprocal. The reciprocal of 2/3, it's 3/2. So I'm going to raise this side to 3/2, which means I have to do the same thing to this side. Raise it to 3/2. Now, it's cool on the other side because it's just going to cancel and make 1. But did you realize that when we raise to the 3/2 power, any number over 2, it's the same as taking a even index root because there's a 2 in the denominator. See, if we had raised both sides of the 1/2 power, that would have been the square root. But this is the square root cubed. Anyway, it's an even index root when there's a 2 in the denominator of the exponent, which means we just have to remember our plus or minus on the other side, okay? Because 3/2, taking the 3/2 power is the same as taking the square root and raising it to the 3rd power. Now, on the left side, it's x to the 2/3 times 3/2. 2/3 times 3/2. Cancel, 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 cancel. It's just x, which is exactly why we did it. Equals plus or minus. Okay, now the best way to handle this dude, I would say, is to do the 1/2 and raise it to the 3rd power, and then, boxy bracket, then raise it to the 1/2 power. Okay, so this is plus or minus, let's see, 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/8 to the 1/2 power, but the 1/2 power is the same as the square root, so let's write it that way. Plus or minus square root of the top over square root of the bottom. Okay, so square root of the top, x equals plus or minus 1 on the top. On the bottom, well, we can bust out a perfect square factor of 4, and that leaves square root of 2, because 4 times 2 is 8. So that's x equals plus or minus 1 over 2 times the square root of 2, and that's not good news, because it has a radical in the denominator. So we're going to multiply by the radical 2 over itself to rationalize our denominator. That gives us plus or minus 1 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 2, over 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 2. What do you get when you square the square root of 2? You just get 2. So this is plus or minus square root of 2 over 2 times 2. Do you see that? These guys right here multiply together and give you 2. So our final answer is equal to plus or minus the square root of 2 over 4.